Hello.
Hey, Sebastian, I called the hotline. Nobody answers, so I called the backup.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, Sebastian. This is Ethan. I didn't see our hotline go off, but I usually don't have anybody calling me in here on that one, so I may not even know which one it is.
Oh, nice to meet you over the phone, and happy to be on today.
All right, thanks for joining us. Sebastian Maniscalco, about to head out on another huge arena tour. You're going to be here at Amalie Arena November 18th. Let's go over the names of these tours that you've had in the past. You've had Why Would You Do That? Aren't You Embarrassed? What's Wrong with People? And now Nobody Does That. I sense a theme going on here.
Nobody Does This actually came out of the pandemic where I was doing like mundane things with my kids, like putting them in the car seat, taking them out for a walk, and I would turn to my wife and go, "Nobody does this." Like I was patting myself on the back for doing things that were so mundane. It was like an inside joke that my wife and I had. I was putting myself on a pedestal because nobody else was doing it. So we're like, let's name the tour Nobody Does This, and it's kind of a departure from like Aren't You Embarrassed, where I was like kind of like focusing on people's behavior. This tour is kind of around my family life, still observational to the core, but I think what people are going to see is, a little bit of COVID stuff, not a lot. I think the misconception was, oh, my God, you must have so much COVID material. To be quite honest with you, I don't think people want to even hear the word COVID. They've been beat over the head with it so many months. So I concentrate on my family, and there's nothing funnier than what my father's been doing. So that's where I'm coming from.
I've seen a lot of your stand-up when you're talking about your kids and stuff, and yeah, it's true. Family, and especially kids, is usually the funniest, and yours are hilarious. Well, at least the way you tell the stories about your kids are hilarious.
Well, thank you. I think a lot of people resonate with like family relationship type material. It's stuff that's like real. It's relatable, and I think that's what's resonating with people. I don't sit in a dark room and like write jokes. I kind of got to go out and live life and extract humor from experiences rather than just what I think is funny. But yeah, the storytelling, I love telling stories. I grew up telling stories around the kitchen table, and now to be able to do it in a large arena with 20,000 screaming fans, especially the fact that I'm physical and I really like to kind of use my body in the storytelling as well. It really kind of suits my act.
I've noticed some of the same things. A lot of us DJs are kind of wannabe comedians, and we do observational stuff. Like, I finally tried one of those hard seltzer or hard ciders, whatever is the rage these days, and I drank one, and I thought to myself, nobody drinks this crap. What the hell's going on here? Why is this so popular right now? It tastes like ass. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean those drinks. It's like sparkling beer. I don't even know what it is. I mean, I was equating it to the wine cooler phase in the late '80s, where everybody was drinking a Seagram's wine cooler, and now they got these seltzer drinks. I took a sip of it. I was not really impressed. I mean, I'd rather have a glass of Cabernet.
No, I know the one that I tried tasted like a fruit salad that I had eaten a few hours before, but I mean, like, what was burping up from the fruit salad I'd already eaten, so there's like no flavor in it at all. But yeah, I remember the Bartles and James wine coolers, the thank you for your support, guys. Those were good. I don't know what the hell's going on now where people need their alcohol to not taste like alcohol at all.
I did like the wine cooler. The wine cooler was a nice little departure from what we used to drink back in the early '90s. I think I was drinking Amaretto Stone Sours. Want to talk about an old drink?
I love those.
Like my drink when I was in my early 20s. I was drinking an Amaretto Stone Sour at college, and people were like, "What are you doing?" It's nice.
I had a gay friend of mine turn me on to those when I was in my 20s as well, Amaretto Sour, and they're good. They're amazingly, they're a hell of a lot better than the hard seltzers are these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, you're doing this huge arena tour. Obviously, as a comedian, you started on the small club things. There's a huge difference between the two. What's your favorite thing about doing these giant shows in front of 20,000 people?
The energy in the room is just unmatched. I mean, you go into a room, it's a building. I mean, with 20,000 people waiting to laugh, there's really no other feeling like it. And I put the stage in the center, and it gives me more of an intimate feel. We have like these huge screens above my head where everybody could kind of see what I'm doing because, if you're up in the third balcony, it's a little difficult to see, so that's why we got the screens. But yeah, ideally, comedy club is the best place to watch stand-up comedy. You can't beat a 250-seat comedy club where the people are literally at your feet and you could see everybody, and it's great. I mean, I started my career in Tampa at the Side Splitters over there, and it's a great comedy club, great people. But to go into an arena like this, especially first time in Tampa, I haven't done an arena in Tampa. The Tampa fans have always been extremely gracious, and I remember when I used to do Side Splitters, I used to go outside and talk to everybody, shake everybody's hand. I used to treat my shows as if you were coming to my house, and at the end of the night, I was going to walk you to the door and say thanks for coming by, and that's kind of how I treated it. I made that personal connection with a lot of people, and they tend to come back and enjoy the stuff. So really looking forward to it.
Do you ever do any of those surprise drop-ins in markets like Tampa where you're back now, you're playing a big arena like Amalie, and then maybe the next night or earlier in the afternoon you drop by the little place like Side Splitters unannounced and just jump up and entertain people for 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, if I have the time, I always like to kind of like going to the local comedy club in the area. It's just a lot of times it's like we're doing the show and maybe we're leaving that night and going on to the next city. So I haven't really had the time to do that. But I mean, in Los Angeles, I'm at the Comedy Store pretty much every night of the week that I'm not on the road, just kind of honing my act. So always love the comedy club environment. But I'd have to basically rent an apartment in Tampa to accommodate the demand if I was doing comedy clubs.
Now you've got the new TV show coming out on Discovery Plus, which is Well Done with Sebastian Maniscalco, a cooking and food and etiquette show. What's going on with that one? When's that kick off?
That's August 12th, Discovery Plus, 13 episodes, spawned out of the pandemic, where my buddy Dominic and I did Sunday supper shows over Zoom, combining my passion for comedy and the culinary arts. And I thought, wow, let's see if we could do a TV show around this. So we took 13 things that I'm really interested in. We did a show around cooking meat, sushi. We did a fishing show where I got sick, and I ended up doing the whole show from the deck of a boat because I was nauseous. We have comedians come on, some of my closest comedian friends, Whitney Cummings, Bobby Lee, Russell Peters, David Arnold, Maz Jobrani. And we combine comedy and food, and it's a good time. It's a show that I really haven't seen done before, where kind of a comedian goes out into the world, learns to make sourdough bread from Nancy Silverton out here in Los Angeles, and really combine these two passions I have. So August 12th, Discovery Plus, and then it's going to go to the Food Network in November.
Now, part of the thing I saw about the new show is you are delving into a little bit of food etiquette. So can I put my damn elbows on the table or not? Is that okay?
I don't know. I mean, to put the elbows on the table, I don't see a typical problem with it. My problem comes with the picking up the check etiquette, where check drops and everybody's grabbing for it. And what I do, if I want to pay the bill, I just give the credit card to the host as soon as I walk in, and I say give it to the waiter and just have them, throw 25% on a tip. I don't want to see the bill. The bill doesn't come to the table. That's a cool move. If you could just get up and the people are like, "Where's the bill?" and then you just go, "It's been taken care of." That's a move.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty slick move. Being a radio DJ, I've usually done that thing where people fight over paying the bill, and I'll like argue once, and then I'm done. Be like, no, I got this, or I'll cover. No, okay, we're fine. You can have it. I'm not one of those people that goes back and forth. You want to buy me dinner? I'll let you buy me dinner. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think the etiquette on that, though, I think you got to do 3 times.
3 times?
3 times is the etiquette. Yeah, I think you go, hey, let me get this, and they go no, and then you go, let me contribute, and then they go no again, then you got to go. I think the third one is
let me get the tip.
And then after that, you put the wallet back in your pocket. So I think if you do 3, it looks like you've made an effort. 1 is like, did you want to not pay?
Normally when I'm saying let me get the tip, it's usually with an escort, not at dinner. So I'll have to use that one from now on. I've seen a lot of comedians, say like Drew Carey, have branched out now into hosting remakes of old school game shows like Price is Right. If there was a game show remake that you could host, what would it be?
God, game show. I would probably take over, and I think this guy did this. It was, what was it? Chuck Woolery did like a dating show. I wouldn't mind being the host of a dating type show. Or Family Feud, big Family Feud. My family went on the Family Feud 2 years ago with Steve Harvey, and I was a huge Family Feud fan. I wouldn't mind hosting that.
I could see you doing that one. I mean, Steve's funny, but I like your style too, so it could go back and forth. I'm thinking maybe you should do the old Nickelodeon show Double Dare that Mark Summers used to do.
Oh, that's a good one too, man. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and you get to get messy and have a blast on that one.
Yeah.
Sebastian, thank you so much for joining me this morning, man.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a pleasure. You'll be in town November 18th. Tickets are available now, SebastianLive.com. And, of course, you can find Sebastian anywhere on the World Wide Web because you're just all over the place. Man, it was a great honor. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you here in town.
All right, man.